Alright, so in this video I have a lot to talk about, and I want to start off with this whole idea of just kind of like running towards what it is that you want, like you're on fire. And what this spells to me is you know exactly what it is that you want, and there's no time, I would say, wasted. There's no time wasted on anything else. Um, I shared this concept with my partner. I don't remember when I shared it with her, but I remember like telling her about it and stuff. And you know, it's interesting because this theme of comfort comes back around, and this also goes back into the theme of what you're used to will use you. And it is true, and it is just the way that it is, because depending on what it is that you are conditioned by, right, your body neurochemically is going to be familiarized with whatever it is that you've conditioned it by. If that is, you know, I don't know. It doesn't matter what it is. What matters is that your body becomes conditioned by whatever it is that it's familiar with, right? And so therefore there's a very specific neurochemical reaction when it receives that which it's familiar with. And when it is, starved of that which it's familiar with, it kind of goes into the sky is falling mode. And I just think it's so funny. Um, yeah, when things change in life, the body basically is like, what the fuck is going on, right? And it's very interesting to look at it from that standpoint, because the body will push back. The body, not only will it, but it does. It's just the way that it is. Like, the body's like, all right, what happened? Well, what's going on? And it kind of just takes that route, and it's very interesting, and it's also kind of humorous to deal with, because this in and of itself is actually what hinders a lot of growth. And when I say a lot of growth, I mean a lot of fucking growth. So I think it's so interesting, um, you know, this concept of just go, you know. And here's another thing too that I've been thinking about recently. Um, think about the things that take up mental space, right? So there are things that we think about that take up mental space, right? Maybe it's, oh, I have to message that person back. Oh, I haven't messaged that person back. Why haven't I messaged that person back? What's going on? This, that, and the other. Your energy, your awareness is being pulled in all these different directions. That's a massive obstacle to productivity, because productivity only happens when you're focused, right? Because in order to be productive, you need to be focused. You need to have a sense of tunnel vision. You need to have a sense of directed energy, right? So if your awareness is being pulled, if your attention is being pulled in all these different directions, it's going to be very challenging to be efficient with your time and energy. So if what you're doing is thinking about all these different things, and the reason why I'm bringing this up is because this has to do with running like you're on fire towards the things that you know that you want, because you're also going to have a much harder time. I guess the word is, I don't know. Yeah, you're gonna have a much harder time being consistent in regards to running, right? And also understanding that it's a marathon and not a sprint, right? I think this idea of it being, that you're running on fire towards what it is that you want, meaning that it's a quick thing. It's not a quick thing. It's not a quick thing. Um, it's a long haul thing. I know what I want. So focus, plan, execute. I know what I want. Um, I'm planning in accordance to it. Um, so the focus is knowing what you want. Then it's, you know, um, planning, and then execution. Um, but the whole matter of, you know, running like you're on fire towards what it is that you want, there's going to be a lot of noise around you unless you know how to deal with that noise. Whether that noise is taking care of shit when it first comes up, delegating that shit to somebody else, You know, like it's very it's I was almost gonna say easy. It's very interesting what happens when you consider the possibility that not only one, there is noise, but two, you can do something about that noise. You don't have to deal with that noise moving forward as you were before. But it's very interesting because a lot of things change when you don't approach things the same way as you did before. When you choose to be efficient with your time and energy rather than having your energy and and your awareness and your attention spaced out to everything else around you. Like, no, shut things down. It's very interesting how it works. Um, and the other cool thing, here's something that I'm learning too. The other cool thing about knowing exactly what it is that you want is that when you know exactly what it is that you want, you can more efficiently and productively plan your day-to-day schedule, right? And so therefore, when you more efficiently and productively plan your day-to-day schedule, there's a better chance that you're going to have all of your focus invested in the things that are actually important to you rather than just, here and there and maybe this, maybe like, no, like 100% concrete what it is that you need to be doing and you're pursuing that and it's working out fantastic because that's all there is. When you have your focus, when you have your attention, when you have your energy clearly directed, I would argue that the universe gets things out of the way for you, And it's a really interesting thing to experience, but you need to know. You need to know. But yeah, what I found for myself is like I know exactly what it is that I want. And with that, I know exactly I don't even focus on what I don't want. I just focus on what I want and I don't put any time or energy into things that I don't want. Or people too. Like it's just the way that it is. Like that's all there is to that. That really is. But yeah, you can go fast. You can go real fast. You just have to be serious with your pursuit. You have to be serious with, how you're going about things and everything, and not bullshit yourself. Be direct, be clear, be blunt, and just kind of go from there. It's a really cool thing to watch everything unfold when you have a very, you know, pristine, crystal clear vision. That's just the way that it is. It's cool. Um, so yeah, I mean, running on fire, um, or I should say, running like you're on fire towards your wildest dreams. I really like the idea that you could cut the amount of time that it takes to do something in half. Just because you have this capacity to be so focused, so determined, so directed with your awareness, your attention, your energy. It really changes the dynamics of everything. You start to approach things differently. You start to see things differently, and that's where it all starts.